There it is, triangle inequality. Okay, so we've dealt with triangles, we've talked about different triangles, we've proved triangles congruent. Now we're going to talk about inequalities, which means obviously they won't be equal. The triangle inequality is a fairly simple theorem. It says the two smallest sides in a triangle, sides in a triangle, must sum to be bigger than the third side. And the third side. Oops. Otherwise, you don't have a triangle. Three possible scenarios. Scenario number one, you've got a triangle. Woohoo! Scenario number two, you've got a long side, a short side, and a medium side, and these two guys don't quite meet. Doesn't make a triangle.
No. Wait, I thought you said does it make a triangle? Not it doesn't make it.
Wait,
one of us all like answer like does it make it?
Thought he developed a form of Tourette's in the last 24 hours. He just shouts out, no. That's it. Oui?
Cinq, quatre, note. Leçon.
Sink a cat with
Okay,
no.
no, okay.
Cinq,
What lesson
Sink
number is it? Is it
45.
Is it like 5-4? Like what lesson is this?
I don't know.
wait.
Is this like the
It's triangle inequality. It's just a bunch of theorems. Doesn't have to have a.
She likes her numbers.
What? Oh, you need a number.
Way.
You need a number. Way?
Oui.
It means
We?
right.
Way.
We and way are the same thing?
J'ai.
We, way? Way? We? I know we. What's way?
Oui, way, play,
Like yes and yeah.
It's there's.
Is it an informal yes?
It's like right.
It's like right. Kind
You're
of
like saying
Oh,
right.
right.
And like yeah, right. Same
Because you
time.
could say yeah, or yes.
No.
What's directional right?
You kept saying. Okay.
Third case, you have a long side, and the other two sides add up to be that third side. So this would collapse onto here and onto here, and it would just make one long segment. Okay, doesn't reach, reaches exactly, makes a triangle. We like scenario number one because we get a triangle. We don't like scenario 2 and 3. So if I give you three sides of a triangle, let's say 3, 5, and 7. I shouldn't say three sides of a triangle. If I give you three sides, the question is, Leo, will that make a triangle?
No.
You just automatically said no.
That one? Yeah, that one will.
Why?
Because the smaller sides 3 and 5 add up to more than 7. They add up to 8.
Perfect. Okay, good. That's the easy part. The more difficult part would be, what if I got rid of, what if I got rid of the 7? What are the possible lengths of that third side, Raj?
Greater than 2, but less than
Okay, so x has to be greater than 2, but less than
8.
y.
Because we don't know the third side length, so we can only make inequality.
But why 2 and 8?
Oh, because 5 minus 3 is 2. 5 plus 3 is 8. So
So
the largest
5
side-
times 3 is 15.
But in a
The
triangle,
square root of 5 is 2 point something.
what the largest possible side you can
The
get.
gestation period of an African elephant is 19 months. What does that have to do with anything? You're gonna look that up, aren't you? Oh, I thought you were picking out your iPad to check to see if I was right on that. It's right. Don't question me for that.
The largest side possible would have to be 8 because you can only add side lengths.
You guys buying any of that?
Yes. Yes.
Yes? Anybody not? All right. So let's change the numbers just to make sure we understand what's going on here. What if the sides are 13 and 24? What is the range of possible x values? Never.
No.
Coward. Chicken. No.
No.
You answered the other one. Put your hand down. We want to see if you're right. Why would you answer the question that we're checking to see if you're correct? Melissa.
X or 9 is less than x, which is less than 37. It's 9. I don't know what I said.
Kel-
9. 11. Sorry. Sorry. I don't
Kel-
know why I said 9. Sorry.
Frenchie?
Qu'est-ce qu'on
Why?
Would I like a scone? No, thank you.
Qu'est-ce qu'on
She's Why asking
She doesn't
why is it
understand.
11?
She does, yeah. Do you,
I don't know, ask her.
Wait, Kim, do you not understand?
Qu'est-ce qu'on
11.
Croissant.
Okay.
Is it 11?
No.
Where did you get the 11 from?
Huh?
Where did you get the 11 from?
I don't know, ask her. She gave me the 11. She gave me 9 first, but then she changed it to 11.
It's 11
Alright.
because
Yeah?
Yeah,
24 minus
Yeah.
13 is 11.
Alright.
Wait. Merci.
Oh, now she has a French attitude, huh? All right, any problems? The key here is add these two numbers together to get the large, or the one end of the spectrum, subtract them to get the other ends. Because we don't know if that third side is the shortest side, the middle side, or the longest side. So we have a possibility of values there, and it's going to be anywhere from 11 to 37 in that case. Add them to get the high end, subtract them to get the low end. Pregunta.
What is it called when a triangle collapses on itself?
This?
Yeah.
It's called a segment.
It's like,
Okay, we good so far? Yes.
So wait, I'm just make sure. The two small sides of a triangle can also, the sum could be equal to
No.
the third side? No?
Equal bad, no triangle.
Gotcha.
Got to be bigger.
Alright,
Okay, triangle inequality.
gotcha.
Not triangle inequality and equality. I'm not trying to be funny, it's just how you
I
remember that.
gotcha.
If I was trying to be funny, I'd say a horse walks into a bar and the bartender says, "Why the long face?"
J.
that's funny.
Next on the agenda is the SML theorem. Not SNL, not Saturday Night Live. SML. SML stands for small, medium, large. It's pretty simple. The smallest side has to be opposite the smallest angle. The medium side has to be opposite the medium angle. And the largest side has to be opposite the largest angle. Largest angle. Be careful in a problem like this example. I will ask you a couple different things. I might ask you, for instance, which side is the longest. I might ask, oh no, I wouldn't ask you that, that's silly. I might ask you which angle is the largest. I might ask you which angle is the smallest. I might ask you to list the angles from smallest to largest. I might ask you to list the angles from largest to smallest. In this particular instance, let's list the angles from largest to smallest. Which angle is the biggest, senor?
A,
Why?
because the opposite side is the largest side.
So angle A is bigger than
Angles B and C.
which
Or
one?
what?
Which one?
Both. It's
So-
bigger than both.
It's bigger than both. Which one's the middle angle, I should have said.
Oh, C.
We want to list them from largest to smallest.
Oh, it's bigger than angle C, which is bigger than angle B.
Do not trust the picture. Trust, am I right? Sorry. Do not trust the picture, trust the numbers. The largest side is BC, so the largest angle is the one opposite that angle. Medium and smallest. Okay, we good? right, another example of this. Let's see, which way do I go? If I want to go up, so I'm going to go this way. Yes! Ooh, the pen color magically changed. X, Y, Z. Working X. I would like to know the side lengths. This time let's change it up. We'll go smallest to longest. Side lengths again. Or not again, side lengths, not angle measures. How's that? Question?
You still have one page colored in.
I do, number 47. Still solid black. Last time I checked, in case something weird has happened, but I don't know what could have possibly happened. If we have time, we'll look for it. But it takes a while to click on it. Now, in a problem like this one, I could ask you a whole bunch of different things. I asked you about side lengths. I could ask you about angle lengths or angle sizes, but angle sizes wouldn't really make use of the small, medium, large theorem. It would just make use of the fact that you can solve an algebraic equation. What do you know about the three angles in a triangle?
8 to 180.
They add up to 180. You're going to need your calculators, by the way. None of you are that stupid. And who's missing from over there? And Leo, doesn't somebody sit behind you? No, Natalie's not.
She dropped it.
She's gone.
Was there not
Almost
5
silence.
people that left? Yeah, how many people have left? John?
How many will we have? 4?
Dropping like flies.
We have 4 people.
John got taken out to pasture. You know what I'm saying? 2 go out, 1 comes back. Are you writing in French too?
No.
You're writing in English.
No.
Cheater.
Question.
Cheater, boo.
Question. Mon prof de français. Elle parlait. Elle parlait écrivait en anglais. Ce n'est pas grave.
What did you say? Hey, Brian.
Brian, you take French also?
Yeah.
Why are you not doing an immersion?
I didn't want to.
Oh, I understand, because then you'd have to address the whole class.
No, I just didn't want to.
Bonjour, Brian.
You guys could have done like a quick skit.
No.
Yeah, you guys do like,
2 French students doing math. Oh,
no,
did math. You speak French, you just put le in front of everything. Le calculateur de la mathématique.
See.
See, I know.
Merci.
All right, what's X?
I don't like French.
185 over 33.
Come on, give me a decimal value. That means nothing to me. 5.6 something or another. Is that what you got, Erica?
5.6.
Good.
We-
Okay, so here's where we get into an interesting discussion. It's 5.6 something or another. To solve this problem, I don't care how big, let me rephrase that. I don't care how big, exactly big each of those angles are. I just need to figure out which ones are the biggest, the smallest, and the medium one. So if it's about 5.6, this angle turns out to be what? About?
78.4.
And this one turns out to be about?
61.
And this one turns out to be about
48.4. Never mind. Yes.
40.4. And again, I don't care if they're accurate. I care if they're accurate. I don't care if they're exact. I don't care if they add up to 180. It just gives me an idea of which one is the biggest angle, the smallest, and the medium one. That having been said, which side is the longest? Or sorry, we're doing smallest to longest. Which one's the smallest? XY, good. So XY is less than the medium side, which is
XC.
XZ, which makes the longest side, which one of them is? YZ. Or ZY. Okay? So again, in those types of problems, make sure you answer the question being asked. Okay. Are they asking you about sides, or are they asking you about angles? And what order are those supposed to be in? Smallest to longest, or longest to smallest? All right. We good with the SML theorem?
We.
Okay, wait, okay. Another example for you then.
This stuff again on quiz tomorrow.
Quiz tomorrow is centers.
Oh, okay, so this is
In this picture, which side is the longest? Johnny?
Angle R says 80, right?
Yes, sir.
Would it be FO?
Are you asking me or telling me?
No, it's FO.
It's FO. That's exactly what I wanted you to say. Thank you. That's not correct, though.
Geo.
Geo, we like to call that OG, because that's the original gangster that, that's how we roll. OG, why OG?
Because that's the only side where there isn't like another angle that's the opposite. Like,
Hmm?
never mind. Is it right?
I don't know.
All right.
And because the reason why FO is not is because even though 80 is angle R, the opposite would be FO for that. For triangle FRO, FO
Sorry
is the
for the
longest.
interruption.
It's fine. But
No, it's not fine. That's
Oh.
why I did this. If it was fine, I'd just let it continue. Because you're trying to explain something and they keep talking and interrupting you. And I find that fairly rude.
yeah.
I'll
But
try to keep that under control so that doesn't become a major problem. I think it's taken care of.
all right.
But if it happens again, I guarantee I will prevent them from interrupting you again, because I know this is a learning opportunity for everyone, and I don't want to deprive anyone from tapping into your wealth of knowledge.
Désolé.
Oh, there she goes.
Okay, so angle G, which is 45, is also opposite of FO. And so that's why FO is not the longest, because G, which is 45, is also opposite. But that's not the case with GO or OG.
The original gangster. I understand. Yes, sir.
Well, FO is the longest side of the triangle FRO,
Yes.
but then FO is also the smallest side of triangle GFO.
Hmm.
So then it can't be the longest side of the whole thing if it's also the smallest side of one of the triangles.
Hmm.
So then you would know that OG is the longest side.
The original
because-
gangster.
Because it's the side across from the greatest angle that is not another side with another angle.
You guys buying any of that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Solid? Is there a more concrete way that we could do that? No, that's it. Just. Hold on, that was my fault. There is a more concrete way that we can do that. Let's start with this triangle on the right. List the sides from biggest to smallest in that triangle. FO is bigger than RO is bigger than FR. Okay, we good?
Yeah.
List no, these are sides. List the sides from biggest to smallest in the left triangle.
OG.
OG.
I'm sorry?
OG.
Original game.
The original gangster is bigger than
GF.
GF. Go for friends.
FO.
Oh.
And FO. Your sworn enemy. Get it? Foe.
Yeah.
Notice we have this link between the two inequalities. We have FO and FO. This explains, or is another way to demonstrate exactly what Dan said, that even though FO is the largest side in this triangle, it's the smallest side in that triangle and therefore cannot be the longest side. What we realize then by looking at this inequality that OG is the biggest side and FR is the smallest. Common mistake that people make in a problem like this is they look at the picture, they find the biggest angle, and they go automatically go across to to that side and say that's the largest side. Or if it's the smallest side, they find the smallest angle, go across to that other side and say that's got to be the smallest. You have to set up some kind of inequality. And this inequality will allow you to tie in some information between the two triangles. Usually it's the back statement on one and the front statement on the other. Okie doke. We good with that? Danimal?
What if you had the one triangle, what if like OG was also
Oh, I'm sorry?
the original gangster?
Yes?
What if that side was also the smallest side of, instead of FR?
Then you might have a problem. Where would FO be in that scenario?
Okay, so then what if FO and FR switched? So what if on one triangle, one of the sides was the biggest and on the other triangle it was the smallest?
Let me answer your question by asking you another question. Okay. Let's suppose A is greater than C and B is greater than C. What do you know about what's the relationship between A and B?
They're equal.
Nope.
C is the smallest.
Good, but answer my question. What's the relationship between A and B?
They're both greater than C.
Again, yes, that's exactly what she just said, but what's the relationship between A and B? Don't say C anymore, just A and B. Yeah,
There is no relationship.
bingo, there is no relationship. Okay, so if we don't have this clear-cut establishment of the inequality, then you can't say which one is bigger than the other. A could be bigger, B could be bigger, they could be the same, we don't know. Okay, are we good? All right, let's move on to the last one. So this all dealt with inequalities within a triangle, but we want to talk about something called the Hinge theorem now, which relates two triangles in an inequality to each other. And this one has a very specific setup. We have one triangle. We'll call this ABC. And we have another triangle. We'll call this, whoop, come on, there we go, XYZ. And we have two pairs of congruent sides. So we have a side-side scenario, and we want to talk about the angle in between. So unlike a side-angle-side scenario, in this case, I know that angle Y is greater than angle B. Okay, you with me? Two equal sides, but the angle, also known as the included angle, in between the sides is not the same. One is bigger than the other. What can you conclude from that picture about this stuff here, over there? No, we've heard enough. I hate to. Thank you. I'm afraid somebody will interrupt you. Yeah, I went there. Don't look at me like that.
Je ne comprends pas.
What'd you call me? That's what she said.
Je ne sais pas.
She doesn't understand. Understand what?
She's just saying weird words.
She's making up
No.
something, isn't she?
It's all
Tell-
Google Translate.
She's probably saying something and Brian's translating into something completely different.
No.
She's asking where the bathroom is. You should just, well, no matter what she says, just make up something absurd. She wants to know if she can have some candy. Right? She wants to know what the capital Peru is.
Play difficult.
Just make.
Whoa!
What'd she say?
Oh, she said the
What'd
word
she say?
difficult.
Very difficult.
Come on, you had an opportunity to
Said in English.
No.
She said difficult.
Didn't know it was English.
And Chinese.
It sounds weird.
You can't just
Oh,
say,
now she's got the
you can't just
iPad.
say difficult with French accent
Back
and
up.
say it's French.
She's got the iPad going.
She's gonna be.
She's gonna Google Translate.
Yeah.
Are you gonna just like get one of those apps where like typing what you
Oh,
want?
difficile.
Did you see?
Oh!
This is completely off the subject, but did you see one of the current trends is people take lyrics from songs, they put them into Google Translator, they translate them into something like Lithuanian, then they translate it back to English, and then they record the song with those wrong lyrics. So
Can we do that?
it's hysterical. If you go to the web and you search, I don't know what you search for, but I've seen like Frozen is the big one that they're using now. They take the Frozen lyrics, they put it into Google Translator, translate it back, and then they record the song singing the lyrics. It's hysterical.
Go let it.
No, it's even worse. It makes no sense. It's like, you know, all of a sudden the word banana shows up. Or, what is it, Let It Go?
Yeah.
Yeah, the one I saw, it wasn't Let It Go, it was Good Afternoon, Good Afternoon. It was really strange. All right, hey, stop getting me sidetracked. What's the relationship between those two, or what can you tell me about those two triangles now that we have that scenario?
They're probably not congruent.
Excellent, Leo, that's a good start. What is they, though? I don't like pronouns.
The two triangles.
The two triangles are in fact not congruent.
But the two sides are,
Which two sides? There's 6 sides up there.
the XY is congruent to AB and BC is congruent to YX.
Correct.
YZ.
Correct.
Yeah.
What do you got?
I was gonna say that X, Z, and AC are not congruent, while angles AX, A, and then angle X, and then angle C. Wait. Yes, and angle Z are congruent because if those sides are congruent, then those angles would be congruent. But since those two angles aren't congruent, then those sides aren't congruent. Yes. No.
I lost you about halfway through that.
Okay, well, okay, so since we're doing like I don't know how to explain it. Okay, like just AC and XZ will not be congruent.
Okay, I'll give you that. So what is the relationship between AC and XZ?
That the AC is less than XZ.
Correct.
Okay, yeah.
Why?
Because the angles are the same way, so it's like.
The angles are the same?
Well, because angle B is less than angle Y, and then since that's the opposite side, you would do like the same thing. So AC would be less than XC.
We okay with that?
Yeah.
Confused? There's a reason it's called the hinge theorem. Think of this angle as a hinge on a door, or a door opening. If you open the door a little bit, the opening is small. If you open the door bigger, the opening is bigger. That's why it's called the hinge theorem. So you got 2 pair of sides congruent and a difference in the angles or in the included angles. One is bigger than the other. The hinge theorem then says that the side opposite must also follow that same relationship. So if B is less than Y, then AC has to be less than XZ. So our example then, where did I put my notes?
Probably just made by like Johannes Hinge.
I'm sorry, what? Johannes Hinge?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's Austrian.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not really because it's a door, it's the guy's name.
Yeah.
So then the SML theorem was created by Sam Mortimer Langster. Okay.
Yeah.
What about the triangle inequality theorem?
He had messed up parents.
He had messed up parents?
Then the opposite sides have to be.
Or they will
People
have
do name their
traditional-
kids like
They do. Moon unit Zappa,
yeah.
The angle.
one example.
Northwest.
Have an angle
I'm sorry?
Northwest.
Northwest?
Yeah.
There's, oh yeah, well, he's an idiot. That's, well, there's some messed up parents right there. And then what's Jay-Z's,
Blue Ivy.
what is it?
Blue Ivy.
Blue Ivy.
That's
Is it,
cute.
is it Blue is her first name and Ivy's her middle name, or is her first name Blue Ivy? Like, what's it gonna say when she comes to school?
I think it's
Blue Ivy probably. I think it's just like Mary Jane
Probably
and
just
like
go to like
things like that.
Yeah. Sue Ellen, Mary Jane,
Yeah.
the double namer type thing, yeah, okay. All right. And then North.
Northwest.
What would their second kid's name be?
Southwest.
South.
Southeast.
It's sponsored. It's a sponsor.
Well, he wouldn't be able to copyright that name. Didn't Jay-Z and what's her name copyright Blue Ivy because somebody else tried to use that? Yeah, I think so. I think they trademarked the name Blue Ivy, so you just can't go around naming your kid Blue Ivy. Yeah, so that's what it says. Right, when that kid comes to my class, her name's gonna be Blue Ivy,
When?
and then a little TM up in the corner.
When? Yeah.
That's her legal name in the grade book. Oh boy. Question?
Well, Caitlin did the translation thing for a song.
Azerbaijani.
Azerbaijan. That's the language you used? Okay, so what song did you translate?
Azerbaijan.
Let it go.
Let It Go, okay, so what does it say? Have her read it, because if you read it in French, it's not gonna make any sense.
It's limited to 100 characters.
Wait, did you go through like one language? Or did you go through like multiple?
Did you
No,
type
just-
the song?
No, she probably went to the website, copied the lyrics, pasted it, and then translated it.
Say parlay biku.
Biku.
Okay.
That's French
No, I don't. I can
for
still read
be
it.
cool.
No.
Be cool. Oh yeah, be cool. Oh, you're French. This is exciting. I can barely contain
She was
myself.
trying because it said you need to keep it under 100 characters. No, Caitlin, it's fine.
So just type in "Let It Go," because those are pretty much the only lyrics in the song, right? Let it go, 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 let it go.
Cold never
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
cold
word
never
cold is in there.
Cold. So type in "Let It Go" cold.
No, but that doesn't like show how it like messes up the grammar then. If it's already like
No.
Yeah, it'll still I'll go even if
Fine,
it's
not
in
cold.
Let me know when you're done. I gotta finish this.
I thought you said you had already done it.
Get rid of Blue Ivy here. Yeah, I think we are actually.
Oops. Any parent watched this, they would be really confused.
What the hell's going on in that class? Bunch of psychos. I don't know why a parent would have a southern accent like that.
the light keeps changing.
Possible values of x, please. For discussion purposes, let's label this triangle DOG, and this one's CAT. All right, what do you know about x? Apparently that's nothing. Which side's bigger, DG or CT? CT. Does everybody understand why? C. Two congruent sides, one angle bigger than the other, therefore the other sides are equal or greater. So 4x plus 5 is greater than 14. Is it safe to assume you can all solve an inequality? You sure? All right. I'm going to trust you. Whoops. X is greater than 9/4. We got a question?
Would you guys want us to keep it in fraction form, or is it okay?
I seldomly use the word always.
What would you prefer?
In that case, I don't really care because that'll turn out to be a nice decimal value.
Yeah,
If you get something like 1/3, I would leave it as a fraction and not convert it to a decimal.
Sorry.
Is one of the states.
Sorry.
Oh, Lace! Je d'accord.
Thanks for playing, kids. Next contestant on the I'm going to speak French all day game.
Six,
I made the mistake here.
That's a challenge.
Oh, what is?
Sounded like Mario.
six période.
What?
She started, then she just fades off into nowhere. Like, yeah,
Seen isolation is one of the states.
what is that?
Let it go.
What?
Translated from Azerbaijani or whatever.
Right, I love that language, Azerbaijani. What language is that? Obviously, he's speaking Azerbaijani.
I'm really off my game. Oh, okay.
It's like a couple million people just freaked out because you called their language Azerbaijani. So you translated from English to Azerbaijani, and then back to English.
Oui.
And what does it say?
Snow White Mountains glows in the evening. A track will be seen. Isolation is one of the states.
One of the states?
Wait. But what part of the?
Yeah, what do you type?
That part?
How did Let It Go translate? That's the only lyrics I know.
It seems of isolation and it looks like I'm
Yeah, no. Say let it go like 3 times. And then...
How many people have seen Frozen more than once? Be honest. More than twice? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Shut up. How many?
Okay, well, like I've seen the beginning.
7 times. All right,
I've
that's
seen the
great.
beginning
One
like
of me.
20
One
times
of
because I
me.
used to help in preschool and we'd only watch the beginning, like up until like 40 minutes because that's when we got to go to school. So I've seen the beginning probably a good like 30 times, but I've only seen the end like 4.
Wow.
the struggle.
Let's go back to this problem. Is anybody bothered by that answer? I mean, mathematically it's right. It makes sense. X has to be greater than 9/4. Is there anything that disturbs you about that answer?
No.
It's pretty disturbing, yes, other than the fact that it's just plain old disturbing.
Can it be equal to 9/4?
I don't know, can it be? That's a good question. Can it be equal to 9/4? No, it's gotta be greater. Because otherwise these two sides would be equal, which would make the triangles equal, and then those angles couldn't be. Way back when we were talking about the triangle inequality, we had a range of possible x values. Is that a substantial, or is that a range that we can talk about? Or is that good?
Infinity.
Infinity?
Wait, yeah, I think so.
So could x be a gabillion?
It could.
Could. Okay. Everybody agree? X could be a gabillion? So this side could be 4 gabillion and 5?
Yes.
Okay. Nobody's bothered by that idea? This would be super long?
No.
You're not bothered by it?
No.
Beautiful. Let's move on then. Okay, so we're done. So day 10 and 11 will be due on Thursday. Tomorrow after the quiz, I'll also have a review assignment for you, so don't think that you can just put off day 10 and 11 until Wednesday night, because you'll also have a review assignment. Thursday is going to be a busy day between going over the quizzes and reviewing for the exam on Friday. Question